Hello again. Today, me, Grzegorz and Mateusz prepared for you another movie, another material, and this time we will try to deal with the problem how to draw, how to construct the plane which will be perpendicular to the line. Last time we show you how to draw the plane, the line which will be perpendicular to the plane. This time will be the problem, the opposite problem. Okay, and generally it's quite easy case. Let's put some assumptions. It will be the problem, let's find alpha plane such as alpha is perpendicular to the line, let's say M, and second thing, another condition, because we know that there will be infinite number of the planes which will be perpendicular to one line. Second condition, to keep the position of the plane in the space, it will be the point, and that point will belong to our alpha plane. Okay, and of course assumptions, two projections of the line M double prime, M prime, and of course the corresponding projections of the point M double prime, and let's use different color, and the projection M prime. Okay, and from last meeting we remember that if we want to draw the plane which will be perpendicular to the line, we have to draw two lines which will be perpendicular to that line under consideration. In our case, it will be two lines which has to be perpendicular to line M. And also we remember that generally it's quite difficult to draw a line which will be perpendicular to another line, because we remember that there is a problem of the degeneration of the angles if we are talking about the particular projections. But also we remember that there are two special cases, and if we have, for example, horizontal line H double prime, here we see two corresponding projection of the horizontal line, we remember that any line which will be perpendicular to a line H will look like that. Let's say A prime and any projection of the second line A double prime. And we remember that only in the case of the horizontal and frontal line, the right angle is kept if we are talking about also projection of the particular lines, and that angle is kept here. Okay, and to emphasize that fact that there is that mutual relation, I will write down that the A prime is perpendicular to the H double prime. Of course, if we are talking about the vertical projection, the elevation projection, there isn't any extra condition if we are talking about the angle. Okay, and of course I will put how the situation looks like if we are talking about the frontal line as a short review, and of course frontal line F prime, F double prime, and again here we see the situation where the right angle is kept, B double prime perpendicular to the F double prime, and second projection can have any form, and it means that he will have B prime. And now we can state as a whole solution that A is perpendicular to H, and if we're talking about that case, B is perpendicular to F. Okay, and now we can solve that problem in an easy way. It means we have to get the alpha plane, we have to introduce two lines which will be perpendicular to our line M. We see that we know how to draw perpendicular lines to any line M that special lines, frontal and horizontal line. It means that I have to introduce, let's say I will use blue color as a solution. We have to introduce in the first step, let's say, horizontal line. We know that the elevation projection of the horizontal line is as follows. And second thing, we have to introduce the second projection of the horizontal line. And if we want to keep that condition, we have to draw that in that way. Okay, and here we see the perpendicular projection of the H line. Again, to emphasize the fact that the H prime is perpendicular to the M prime, I will write down that fact. Okay, and now we have half of our plane alpha. Second step, let's use, I don't know, red color, and we have to now introduce second line, second special line. It will be our frontal line. And we know that the frontal line will look like that if we're talking about the plane projection, and it will be F prime. And if we are talking about the elevation projection, we have to fulfill that condition. And in our case, will look like that. Okay, and now we have such a situation. To emphasize the fact that that line is perpendicular to the M double prime, I will put that F double prime is perpendicular to M double prime. Okay, nice. And now we solve such a simple problem. I mean, solution is here. Solution is given by those two H and F lines. I will write down the solution. Alpha is given by H and F. It's a solution. Plane alpha, which is given by F and H. We see that line M is skew relative to H line and F line. And we remember, if we have one line which is skew relative to different two lines, I mean two lines generate the plane, two lines generate a plane, I mean to the plane, we can find the piercing point. As a short review, I will try to do that in a quick way. We remember that the first step is connected with introducing the H plane, let's say gamma double prime. Okay, second step is connected with how to find the common element between alpha plane and our introduced plane gamma. We know that if we are talking about the H plane, K double prime will be here. K is common part between alpha, H and F and gamma. Now, to find the second projection of the K, maybe to emphasize that fact that it's an auxiliary thing, I will use green color. To find the second projection, I mean the plane projection of the K, we have to find two piercing points, I mean auxiliary points. It will be here, 1 double prime, 2 double prime. We have to leave down that point, I mean transfer the points from the red line to the red line, of course, 2 prime, and from the blue line to the blue, I mean from the horizontal line to the horizontal line. We see that it won't be enough. That is why I have to extend that line. And now here we see 1 prime, and now we are able to draw the K prime. I mean the folding line between alpha and gamma. Alpha and gamma, the folding line will be here. And we remember that the last step, it will be how to find the piercing point, and the piercing point, it will be the common element between our introduced folding line K and our line under consideration M. And we see that the piercing point, it's exactly here. I mean where the line M cross the line K. It's exactly here, P prime. The missing projection of the P point, I mean P double prime, we are able to find it here, I mean on the projection of the M double prime or K double prime. I mean I have to lift up the point from here to here, and here we see, oh sorry, of course it's a mistake. We have to, from green line to, or even from the other hand, from the black line to the black line. I mean from the M prime to M double prime. I mean here. Here we have, on the M double prime, here we have P double prime. And P is a piercing point. As you see, it isn't especially complicated. We are able to solve such simple problem in quite short time. Thank you for your attention. I believe that it helps somehow with your preparation to our class.